Hey guys. So it's been a few days, maybe like one or two. I'm not sure. I apologize for looking unruly. I think is the actual term, unruly. Um, I don't know. I got done working out like 30 minutes ago. It's midnight. It's 12 a.m. So I'm probably gonna upload this and then play my game a little bit and then go to bed. But yeah, what's up with you guys? Nothing's up with me. Same old, doing the same thing every day. I think I think I'm gonna check out the local hobby store near me, and just go and when I say hobby store, I mean like D&D, like nerdy hobby, um, and probably just see if they have any Warhammer stuff. It's really strange. I got into Warhammer 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, I knew of its existence, but I wasn't really into the lore until all of my buddies, pretty much, we we made a group on Roblox, called the Blood Crusaders, um, and we just pretty much role played as like 40k like space marines, and we went to like a bunch of different games and just trolled, but it was pretty fun. That's what got me into 40k was role playing as space marines on Roblox, with all my buds, my buddies. That was 4 or 5 years ago. But it was really weird seeing 40k take off with Space Marine 2. Because it's like all my other friend groups on the internet are like starting to now get into 40k lore, and it's like I have to like, it's like I'm standing there almost. It's like it's what I imagine like a proud parent feels like. You're just sitting there and you're like, ah, oh, they're finally getting into the 40k stuff. I just sit there and I let them talk. I'll like butt in with some lore stuff sometimes, but I just like I like sitting there and seeing them like see about like this thousand, like them discovering new legions, like chaos legions and loyalist legions, and they're like, oh my god, the Thousand Sons are so cool. And then they'll think that for a week until they find the next legion lore video that they watch for an hour, and then they're like, oh my god, salamanders are so cool. And then it just continues for about a month. But yeah, no, it's been really cool to see 40k kind of come mainstream almost. More mainstream than it was. I feel like a lot of the internet community knows like what they've heard of 40k, right? They've heard of it, but they don't know really much about it besides like crusading, because of that one. I don't know, I think it's like Flash Gits or Meat Canyon. They made that like Black Templar, like Space Marine Crusader video against the furries, furry crusaders or something. I feel like that's a lot of people's basic knowledge of 40k is, oh, they hate aliens, they hate Xenos, much purge the heretic in the Xenos. So yeah, it's pretty, I think that's what this video is going to be about, is me just talking about Warhammer. So if you don't like that, click off, I don't care. But it's been really cool to see that. Controversial hot take. I hate Death Corpse of Krieg. DKK. Death Corpse of Krieg is the most overrated, the most cringe army out there in 40k. It's probably up there with the Black Templars. Isn't that their name, the Black Templars? Yeah, it is Black Templars 40k. Krieg and Templars are about the same level of cringe. Now I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really read into Templar lore. I don't really know what's going on with them specifically. But I'm gonna be honest, the kinds of people that are attracted to Death Corpse of Krieg and Templars, I can smell you through my screen. I can smell you from a mile away, dude. You aren't hiding it from anyone. And of course, there's like normal people that are into those armies, right? But a lot of them a little weird. Not weird, but you know, Death Corps of Krieg, Black Templars don't really attract the best of the best when it comes to the human race, for very obvious reasons. And if you don't know what I'm hinting at, the best way to describe Krieg, DKK, is just they're just like World War One Germans, and because they're World War One Germans, a lot of suspect individuals are drawn to that. Now I will admit, like, Krieg has really cool, I mean, they look dope. They're like, they have probably some of the best armor, okay? They look dripped out. But in my experience in the community, talking with people who are fans of Krieg, a lot of them are also fans of other stuff. Not being nice human stuff. And then with Templars, I mean, it's pretty obvious. They have the name Templar in their name, so any little 12-year-old is gonna see that and be like, "Oh, Templar Crusade." I don't know. People who are attracted to like the Templar stuff, also a little strange. I just haven't had the best experience with with those two communities. Some interesting folk. But I'm gonna stop ranting about Krieg and Templars. If you were to ask me what my favorite army is, I don't play 40k. It's too expensive. I can't afford miniatures and paints and tools for all that. So I just read the lore. I'm a little bit of a lore head. Don't challenge me. I'm not that much of a lore head. I mean, I read the Wikipedia like every week. But it's just like it's like random topics. But if you were to ask me my favorite army, okay, my favorite army, and because it's my favorite army, it's probably the best army in the entire universe of 40k. So I'm just letting you know. My favorite army. I don't know. For Space Marines, I think I've said this before. Oh no, I haven't actually. My favorite Space Marines chapter, okay, so there's Legion and chapters. My favorite chapter is the Astral Knights, just because I think their whole story is really funny, and also really badass. So a little dump about the Astral Knights. The Astral Knights were a chapter. I don't think their successor was named. I think they might have been. Let me look it up. Astral Knights 40k chapter. Yeah. They're Imperial Fist successors. So they came from the Imperial Fist Legion, and they did a unknown founding in their chapter. I like to think of it like Imperial Fist is the umbrella, right? It's the Legion, it's the umbrella, and then all the chapters that came from them are like the little umbrellas underneath it. They're little sub-legions, but the Astral Knights, they were pretty cool. I think I love their design. I'm like a sucker for medieval stuff. So 2 cross swords, and they have like blue and white armor. It's pretty dope. And capes are awesome. But yeah, no, the Astral Knights, they all died. Every single one of them is dead, except for like 2. They like crashed their battle barge. I think it was their battle barge. They just did a suicide attack on the equivalent of like a Death Star in 40k, but like a Death Star on steroids, like a lot of steroids, like every steroid imaginable. They just did like a little suicide attack, and they killed it, but they also all killed themselves. Every single one. I don't think it was every single one. I think like a handful survived, but they just got like absorbed into another chapter. I'm not sure which one. I remember reading about it. There was another chapter that had a name similar to like Astral Knight. It was like sword something, I think, or like spear. I don't know. I'm not gonna look on the wiki again. But yeah, no, they all died. I think that's funny. So that's my favorite chapter. My favorite Legion. I'm gonna be honest. I am a sucker for the Luna Wolves. Um, so Luna Wolves were the Sons of Horus pre Great Crusade. They were Horus's Legion before Horus took over. Maybe I'm a little blurry, but it goes like Luna Wolves, Sons of Horus, and then they turn into like the Black Crusade or something after the Horus Heresy. Abaddon's Legion or something, because he does the Black Crusade, and I'm pretty sure it's Abaddon. Someone's totally gonna get mad at me for not doing this, talking about the lore correctly, but oh well. But yeah, no, Luna Wolves, my favorite Legion. Mainly because they look cool. I like their color scheme. Like color scheme of white on black, just looks awesome. Looks dope. It's clean as hell. Also, pre-Horsey Harris is pretty cool. Kind of sucks that he fell to heresy the way he did, but gotta have a cool story somehow, right? Would have been a little bit cooler if they gave like a better reason than, oh, he just got stabbed. He got stabbed by the most demonic blade out there, and got tricked. Pretty much just got tricked. But I mean, that's like that's like the Chaos Gods like thing. It's just trick. They're gonna trick you into whatever. And then my favorite Chaos Legion, Death Guard. I love Death Guard. I love Nurgle, Papa Nurgle. Who doesn't? I love him. He's pretty cool. And then if I had to do like an army that wasn't Space Marines, that was human, keynote human. I mean, why wouldn't you go with like the Astra Militarum? I probably wouldn't do Cadians. Like, there's a lot of other armies out there that I think are cool, like the Elysian drop troopers, I believe is what they're called. And then there's another, it's like the Hawktonians, like the Hawk something. Another drop trooper regiment. And then, oh man, I don't know the Janissaries. I forgot their name. I know Janissary is in their name. But they have really cool armor. Let me look it up. 40k Janissaries. Maccabian Janissaries. Look them up. If you don't know about them, I mean, they don't really have like a whole lot going on about them. There's like not much in the wiki. It's a pretty tiny wiki page. But their armor looks so cool, dude. I love the Maccabian Janissaries. Like, they remind me of Sanguinius, because they have the little like cry, like the little blood, like the little teardrop on. They wear like a faceplate, and they have a helmet, and they just look so cool. Maccabian Janissaries, yeah, probably my favorite human branch of the Militarum. And then like Xenos, it's probably like a tie between the Tau, I'm pretty sure that's how you say Tau, or the Necrons. I like the Tau because of their mechs. Okay, they're just Gundam, and that's sick and awesome. And they're also like the most good guy faction in 40k. Their crimes are not as bad as the other factions so far. There is 100% going to be some sort of like horrible event that happens with the Tau that plunges them into chaos, probably. But so far, pretty good. And then the Necrons, I like the Necrons because, I mean, the whole thing about them being like semi-immortal, right? They just respawn in their tomb world. That's dope. And then also the fact that they literally just fought a war with the old ones, I'm pretty sure is the name, the old ones. So pre-humans and everything is kind of cool. I wish we got more stories on that. with the Quarks, right? The predecessors of the Orcs. I hope someday they bring Quarks back. Krorks. Quarks, I think is how you say it. I think that's their name. But they're pretty cool. I mean, there's like some really cool fan art, like fan pictures that people have made of them. I don't think there's any like official art piece of a quark, but I mean, from what the fans have drawn them as, they look pretty cool. So yeah, Necrons. I like another reason I like Necrons is because of the one Necron who steals everything. Okay, so I should probably explain what like a Necron is. Like this old, super old race of people who fought a war with like pretty powerful gods, and they ended up making like a pact with something. I forgot. They made like a deal with something, and they pretty much their entire race was transformed into like murder robots, like Terminators. Like every single one just became a Terminator. And they have like death beams that like eat away your skin. It's like not acid. It's like I don't know if it's like nanobots or something. I don't know, but they're really cool. So yeah, that's what a Necron is. But there's one Necron called like Trazyn or something. And all he does is he goes around the universe, like the galaxy, and he just steals things. He's a preserver of nature, okay? He just goes around and he freezes things, okay? He has like these powerful cubes. He freeze in time, and then you're put into his museum, okay? So there's like entire dioramas of just like battlescapes that he just froze in time and then was like mine, and then he just threw them in his museum. I think it's so cool. I think it's so dope. I need to read more about him. Because I want to know like everything that he has in his collection. I remember watching a video where someone was talking about like everything Trazyn owns quotation mark, because he just stole it all. But the universe is his. Okay, so technically he's not stealing. He's just reclaiming. He's taking it back. But yeah, no, he's really cool. It's probably like the one reason I like Necrons is just because of him. And I mean, they're also like a bunch of Terminators, so that's also pretty cool. Other than that, I mean, like the only faction I haven't really read into, see, Eldari. I want to say that's how you say it, like AE. I don't know. I've never said these words out loud because I've never had anyone to talk to them about. So I know how to like read them in my head. But because I've never spoken to anyone about this, like trying to pronounce it is like a little rough. So I'm pretty sure it's the Eldari. But they're just like space elves. And I know there's like the dark ones and then the non-dark ones. But they all got they got like corrupted by chaos and like Slanesh. And that's as far as I know. Is they were also fighting the old ones, I think. Or they were a creation of the old ones. They were a creation of something. They were made by someone to fight someone. That's as far as I remember. Along with the orcs. That's what the orcs were. They were made by someone to fight someone. But yeah, no, I haven't really read into Eldari. I know about the Webway. I know they have like a bunch of weird stuff going on. And that's like it. I'm just not, I don't know. Their like character design and like armor design just doesn't really, I don't know, it's not that appealing to me. It just looks very goofy to me. And everything in 40k is based on how cool you look, okay? That's the main, like 40k lore is cool, but you know what's cooler than lore? How cool your armor looks, okay? How dripped out you are. That is the main reason why anyone chooses anything in 40k is because it looks cool, alright? Because there's so many things in 40k that like someone can just latch onto and be like, that's so cool, that looks so cool. I'm just gonna read everything about that. But yeah, I mean that's No, no, I think I'm gonna end the rant here because I don't really have much else to think about or talk about for 40k. Um, Other than I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with Lionel Johnson because he woke up. I'm pretty sure he woke up in one of the recent books, and Rabute Gilliman is doing something. I think. Um, and yeah, I hope they bring back like all the Primarchs that have gone off and gotten lost, like Vulcan and the guy in charge of the Space Wolves. I don't remember his name. And the Great Khan. I'm pretty sure the White Scar Great Khan just also disappeared. I hope they bring back all the Primarchs that just disappeared, including the Chaos ones. And there's another giant war, and this time it'll be called Warhammer 50k. Um, I hope that happens. Um, I hope they bring back like all the lost Primarchs and they just duke it out in a great eternal war. Um, I hope that's what they're building up to. But I also know there's like Tyranid stuff going on, like Tyranid fleets that are just like descending upon the entire Milky Way, something like that. I think Tyranids are like the overall main bad guy force because they just are like consuming and moving on, and you can't really like. There's just endless amounts of them apparently, or so I've been told off TikTok. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. So thank you for watching. I love you. Okay, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I'll see you in whatever next video I do next. Okay, I love you.